So, Anna, what are we doing right now?
Well, we are taking the rest of what we have and trying to minimize. So the wardrobe that I had once has now come down to a suitcase, and that's being minimized also. I used to live in a house and it was 2,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, and if it weren't for circumstances as they came about and the insurance company not paying me, I lost my house, I've lost my car, I've lost 2 apartments, and now I'm out on the street. And I've been out here, March 26th will be a year that they've been messing with me. And it's come down to a suitcase. Really kind of sad. But that's what I'm doing, is we don't have a stable place to live, so we can't accumulate anything. So if we can't put it in this suitcase and in a couple of backpacks, we can't have it. So it makes it very difficult. It makes it tough to be living out on the streets again, or more so than it was a year and a half ago when I had an apartment and it was nice and warm and a nice shower and a tub. The things that people don't even recognize and don't even think about have become very important, like being able to have a nice hot shower. I went to the mission yesterday, day before yesterday, and was allowed to take a hot shower, and I stood in there and let the hot water just beat on me, thinking, oh my God, this is wonderful. But people out here, we don't get that every day. It's not something that you can rely on, because you never know where you're going to be. You sleep one night, you might set up a tent, you might be there a night or 2, and then you're harassed by the police department saying that there's no camping. And if you don't move, you get arrested. So I move. And it's pretty sad. It's just become incredibly heartbreaking for me, because I wanted to retire, and this was not the way I expected to retire. With no money, having to ask people for spare change or run a sign asking for help. I mean, I was the one who was giving help, not receiving help. And now it's reversed. And I don't want to cry, so what else would you like to know?
Well, what happened with the retirement plans?
There's nothing out here for seniors. There really is nothing out here for seniors.
Do an interview afterwards.
I have gone to the Catholic Community Services, and the first thing they asked me was, did I have any minor children? If I would have had a minor child, I could have gotten emergency housing. But because I'm a senior with no income, gee, we'll make you an appointment. And that's an appointment, to make an appointment to get my information, and then be put on a waiting list. And I was told that waiting list is 2 years long. I'll never make it out here for another 2 years. My health won't handle it. It's starting to deteriorate now. And if I make it another 6 months to a year, I'll be surprised. Because things just keep breaking down. The body just can't handle this. I can't handle carrying heavy things or running a shopping cart. My husband and I ran shopping carts up and down the street, trying to find a safe place to sleep. and it took me a week to recuperate. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. And now we're waiting for the police department again to tell me to move, and if I don't move, I can get arrested. And I don't have a record. I have nothing against me. And now all of a sudden I'm going to have my face plastered saying that I got arrested for no camping. I'm sure that my kids will love that. Anyway, so here I go, trying to figure out what I can keep and what I can't, and pack it up and wait and see what happens.
So what do you think are some of the biggest differences that it would make, just simply if say you were able to stay in one place, even if you stayed outside, if you could just be in a place like this without being hassled to move, what difference do you think that would make?
It would make a tremendous amount of difference, because that means that there would be at least some stability. There's always worry when you sleep out on the streets, whether you're going to get robbed or whether you're going to get accosted. But if there was a place where we could stay, because it's better to be in a group of people than to be out on your own, because it's safer. And if we had a place that we could just put our tents and be left alone, life could at least exist better than what it's doing now. Because now there isn't anybody that I know that's homeless that isn't right on the verge of either exploding or crying, because that's the stress that we're under. And if we had a place, a lot of that stress would go away. And then you could really be able to sit down and figure out exactly what you want to do. And if you had to jump through all the bureaucratic loopholes and things that they want you to do, would be a lot easier, because at least you'd be able to go home to your tent and relax and say, hey, today's over. I can go out and do it again tomorrow. But now you go there, you get completely stressed out. You come back, you find out you have to move. So now you've got more on your plate than you can handle. And if somebody says something wrong to you, you explode, because you have no other avenue to get rid of that stress, because you have no safe place. And if you had a safe place, then it would be a lot easier. And a lot of these people would be able to at least exist and not go hungry. That's the other thing that we have, hunger and a toilet. Nobody thinks of a toilet. Women can't go up to a tree and take a leak. So we needed something. And water. Toilet and water. And a safe place to live. Safe place to where we would not be harassed, so that we could be able to handle and take care of ourselves, because we don't want the government to take care of us. We don't want government money. We want to do it ourselves. But we need a place where we can at least know that we can do that. We can't do that here, because the government keeps stepping in and saying you can't be here. There's no camping. They keep putting up signs every place that we go. In fact, one of the cops says, I guess we're going to do this dance again. So he puts up a sign, we've got 24 hours to move. If you don't move, you get a ticket. If you give the cops any kind of lip, you get arrested. That kind of crap is just too hard to handle. And as old as I am, it's even harder.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. The answer would be to have a place so that homeless people can at least put up a tent and be able to survive because we take care of each other. And this way, we're scattered all over the place. Some people are getting abused. Some people are being arrested. Some people are just being beat up for nothing. We have a lady here that was beaten severely because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. If we had a place, that wouldn't have happened. And she could survive because we all pitch in and help. Because that's what it's all about, is helping your neighbor, which the big city doesn't understand anymore. Because you live in an apartment, you don't know your next door neighbor, or the people that live downstairs, or the people across the way. Because everybody's become isolated, and oh my God, what's gonna happen? You know, are they gonna hurt me, or are they gonna steal my TV, or VCR, or whatever? So everybody's become afraid. And here with the homeless, we try to stay together and try to keep things where there's an understanding and a camaraderie so that doesn't happen. It's just a shame that they don't understand anymore. And I was one of them. And now I really understand. And it's a heartbreaker. Because I never thought I'd be out here, ever. And here I am. And people out there, all they gotta do is have one major thing happen and get their income completely cut, and they'll lose everything, and they'll be out here. And then they'll understand. But that's sad that you have to go that far. The city should understand that there's a lot of us out here that wouldn't be here if it weren't for circumstances.
You said that when you were on the other side of things that you were someone who helped out. Do you feel that even though you had that sympathy, do you feel that you still didn't really understand at that time?
Absolutely, because I didn't understand how hard it is. I didn't understand the type of stress and what it's like to have to move from place to place to place, or to worry about whether you're going to get fed or not. You know, we have the diner. It's only open 4 days a week. They only serve 300 people a day. When I was there, I was 250. So there was 50 people behind me that got fed, but there was 100 people out there that were waiting. Had I have known at that time, I probably would have given my ticket away. Only because I feel that they needed to eat just as well as I do. But that's my personality, is I will give you something, even if I need it, if you ask. I'm a mom, so you always give the kids more, and then you take whatever left, and sometimes there's nothing left, and that's okay. But it's a shame that we only have one place in the city of Eugene that feeds only 300 people. Where's the rest of us? Where are the rest of the people that supposedly have empathy for what's going on? What are they doing? Oh, gee, that's so sad that they're not, that they don't have a place to live. And oh, it's so sad that they have to move. Put your money where your mouth is. Do something for the community. Jump in. Talk to the city councilman. Anybody that'll listen. Talk to the media and make it known that there's more people out here, and there are more people out here now than there were a year ago when I got here. When I got here, it wasn't this big. And now it's growing. But this is the time of the year that everybody gets laid off or gets fired right around the holidays. So there'll be a lot of people out here when it's snowing. And hopefully, knock on wood, that nobody dies. Because normally it happens every year. Somebody will die from exposure. And it'll be one of us homeless people.
Outside of actually going through this personally, do you think it's possible for people to empathize more?
Yes. There's a lot of people that give. They don't want to get involved. And that is wonderful. Stay anonymous. You don't have to give your name. Just help out. If nothing else, come by and honk your horn. Knowing that you're in support of us, that really helps. That boosts our ego. Mm-hmm. And it means that we know the people out there are caring. They see us. Because people that walk by and drive by, 9 times out of 10 won't even look. It's like, what? I've got some kind of disease that you can't look at me? That's really sad. Anyway, yeah, I think people should do something, if nothing else. Make their voices heard, that they're in support of homeless people that want to take care of themselves. Like I said, they don't want anybody to help them. We can do it. We don't need the government.
So it comes to community, right?
Yep. If anybody out there has a big plot of land that they don't care about, offer it up. Let us come out there and stay. That way we would have something that would help us so that we would be safe. And we would be able to put ourselves together so we can take care of ourselves. That would be wonderful if somebody would do that. Here comes the train.
Oh, I guess I'll just get a shot of that.
Yeah.